in 2015.
Right.
You know, that says a lot.
Right.
But again, you know, I really respect. You know, we come from the era where artists were putting together albums, you know, complete albums, not just the singles hot or whatever like that. You know, and it's a very consistent album, and the replay value's there. And he's another one that, you know, he's a rookie, so to speak, because this was his major label debut.
Right.
And I'm looking forward to seeing where he's going to go with it, because again, he just turned 21 like last month.
What's your favorite song off the album, yo?
I would probably say it's either Big Dusty or, you know what, I'll go with Big Dusty. You know, I mean, he's just pretty much just he's just rapping for the sake of rapping, but it's not tiring. It's not boring. You know, that's the first song that pops into my mind.
About to play that now, but did you get into his 1999 John?
Yeah, it's been a while since I heard it, but that was the one that exposed me to him. I was just like, this literally sounds like 90s, and you know, there's that generation bias that, you know, like I'm gonna hear it, and that instantly drew me to it. You know, Kid Karat, he's not playing around on the bars. He's not wasting time just putting pointless words together. I know some people say they feel his delivery is sometimes hard to get, but you know, everything is meant to be consumed just on one listen. You know, sometimes you get things on the fifth listen that you didn't get on the first listen, and so on.
Right.
You know, but the kid definitely does it because he loves it. I mean, granted, he's making money too, but you know, he definitely does it because, you know, he wants to be a part of hip hop for real.
Yeah, I seen him at the Bruce picnic, and he showed out.
Yeah, definitely did.
Yeah, he's good live action.
Yeah. Okay, so we on our number 2 now.
Did you do third already?
Yeah, Odyssey was 3 for me. Good.
Anything you want to add in, Armand, or you good?
I'm gonna add Rick Ross, Black Market.
Like Market Joint.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with Rick Ross, but he picked some banging beats, man.
He do.
I always said that Nas could pick beats like Rick Ross could.
Yeah.
Nas' album would be 10 times better. I don't know. He got an ear for beats.
You know,
crazy.
That's a good.
And I like that song he got with Nas on that album. So that's a banger. Forgot what it's called. I think One of Us and DJ Premier John. I like that John too. So yeah, I gotta add the Black Market on there.
it's funny you mentioned that, the thing as far as if Nas has his ears. Cause I always say that too. Like I always, and I think I might even said to Ray before. Like if Rick Ross A&R Nas's album, because to me, Rick Ross has gotten a little bit better lyrically over the years, but one of his strongest things was his ear for beats. He knew how to pick the proper beat and knew how to ride that beat. You know, and then as he grew as an artist, you could tell, okay, I need something with my game of game because now I'm doing a track with a Nas or I'm doing a track with a Jay-Z or a Pusha T. You know, I won't say he's an elite lyricist, but he knew where he had to expand on to be respectable in that sense.
You know what, man? You know what I'm saying about Rick Ross, man? We don't have a category for this, but if it would be most improved, I would give Rick Ross most improved.
Yeah.
Because he literally got a lot better since, you know, the hustling Rick Ross. Every day I'm hustling.
Yeah. Especially after the 222 lines.
Yeah, right. And he said it 3 times.
Like 222, 222.
I give him his props, yo. He definitely stepped it up lyrically. You know, he's not no Raekwon or nothing, but from where he came from, man.
He even showed out on the Cuban Links, John. Remember, he was on was it on the Cuban Links too, or was it album after? No, that was probably the Wu versus Shaolin.
Yeah, he was on Raekwon.
No, the Wu versus Shaolin, John, with him and Ghost.
And he know what he's doing. When he on with Jay, when he on with Raekwon, when he on with Nas, he goes.
Yeah,
he goes. So he know not to half step when he with real MCs. I like that pick, man. I like that. Mac had that too. Mac had that Black Market project too. Yeah, so we're sliding into wait, we're on our 2s now.
2s, yeah.
Ray, man, you want to start us off, brother?
Number 2?
Yeah.
All right, so my number 2 is for actually another East Coast artist who doesn't really make East Coast sounding music is A$AP Rocky. It was called At Long Last ASAP, and he abbreviated it so that it spells out Allah, minus the H. And this album caught me by surprise. The first album was like cool. I mean, I'm not part of the whole like ASAP like wave or whatever, but I remember checking out the first album. I'm like, all right, it was solid. Especially that One Train record where he had like everybody on there. But this album, I mean, he did the equivalent like you used the Nas example of Illmatic that it was written. Now, in terms of just production, how Nas went like just bigger on the second album. I feel that A$AP Rocky did that on this album. Like it's a sound that doesn't sound again like anything anybody else is putting out. It's like psychedelic. It's just really just ambient. And he rides the beats really well. I mean, the opening track, he has like a nice religious theme that he's talking about. Kind of criticizing the church. It's just something to you listen to whether you agree with it or not. He's got his his drug songs. He definitely parties a lot. But I mean, there was just a lot of heat on that album. It's like 19 tracks long. I mean, he's got a posthumous appearance by I think since he's on the one song that I really like, it's called Get Money. I mean, that album I was just able to play beginning to end from when it came out for like a month straight. Like it was just perfect. It came out in the summer. Again, that one had a lot of replay value for me, even more than the albums I listed before it. So I confidently stand at number 2 with A$AP Rocky, and I'm not even like a diehard, like A$AP fan. Even though A$AP Ferg is also good too.
I'm going to have to piggyback off of you and also go with A$AP for my number 2. And it's funny because we were at the Roots picnic, and I remember you were like, yo, this album right here, and I was like,
he definitely was.
And you were rocking heavy for it. And my thing was, I liked A$AP and I didn't like A$AP at the same time. I like A$AP for his influence, because you heard the Bone influence and you heard 3 6 Mafia influence. His first album to me was like, okay, I'm gonna give you a little bit of everything. The second album was very grounded. And I think a lot of that had to do with Danger Mouse. Danger Mouse was executive producer of the album. And Danger Mouse, of course, he did work with MF Doom. He did CeeLo with the Nas Barkley project. So it almost kind of reminded me of how RZA did like Cuban Links 2 and even Supreme Clientele. Danger Mouse only produced 4 tracks on there, but as far as the music sonically, it was all on point. So you still had various producers, but they were all on the same wavelength. And to me, he found his lane to be on this album here. He found where he needed to rock out with. And he's one of the dudes where he's a rapper, but he has MC elements. I mean, he had a track. The last track on the album was with him and Mos Def, and he came out. He came out this spin. I'm listening, I'm like, is this all A$AP spin like this? Because he shows it, he sprinkles it. Because like you said, he's a New York rapper, but he's very heavily influenced to the lean movement. You could definitely hit the UGK movement. With the Get Money track, he had the unreleased verse for Pimp C, R.I.P. He had Bun on there, Juicy J, 3 6.
This one right here, I'm messing with.
Yeah, so this was definitely a phenomenal album from beginning to end, because he gave you a little bit of everything on there, but nothing was forced. Nothing was like, okay, you had your party track, you had your drug track, but it still was very, very smooth. Even the joint with Kanye was good, It was almost reminiscent of old Kanye. He still had the arrogance flow to it, but definitely a dope album. That's definitely my number 2.
Yeah.
All right, man. Before I roll in, Armand, you want to give a number 2?
I'm gonna go with Meek album. That he came out with. I used to listen to his album when I was in the gym. I'm not really a big, huge Meek fan, but what it was worth for the gym, and you talking that, I guess that street talk. I'm in the gym working out. It was good, So they was playing it in the gym multiple times, and I just put my earphones on and played it on my phone, and that was my thing right there, man. I ain't like all the tracks on there, but I think it was good for a nice workout, and trying to get some good music in this day and age.
don't play that shit. Got me on my nappy braids before the Maybach clip. Riding in the wheels of fortune, past Jack shit. And all I rock is ball man like I make that shit. I've been front row, fashion week, looking like I'm in a show. Sitting in the foreign leather, softer than a dinner roll. Make a movie on your bitch, tell a friend to get a roll. You thought she was innocent, we laughing like she been a hoe. Jumping out them benzos, me your bitch in the friend zone. She told you I was friend zone. What? I'm in the end zone, touchdown with a 2-point.
Yeah, Meek came, you know, that joint was good. It was definitely better than the follow-up. Or, I'm sorry, than the precursor. Yeah, Meek got a couple of joints. I think he still has a lot more room to grow.
Yeah, he got a lot more room to grow. That's the good part he got. Yeah. He get way better than what he is. He got to stay focused. Stop bullshit. I mean, stop BSing, you know what I mean?
It's already out there.
Right. Yeah, man, I mean, okay. So before I get into my number 2, man.
Hey, here in my backyard.
Okay, I gotta go the Game documentary too. I've been the advocate for this album since the first time I heard it. Okay, so I left Game for dead, man. After the documentary, after the Doctor's Advocate, I was just like, he just kept failing me time after time, and I just left him alone, man. I didn't really want to hear what he had to say, and I was cool. Because I'm a real, like, if I'm riding with you, I'm riding with you. Like, I'm checking out your mixtapes. I'm buying your CDs. So, like, when you get to that level with me, it's intimate with me. And I just was like, man, this dude is like, I don't know where he's at. He's in reality TV lane or something like that. So I just kept hearing about the documentary too. I just kept hearing about it. And I randomly went on YouTube and I just started just listening to songs. You know what I'm saying? And, this song right here kind of just gave me goosebumps, man. Like goosebumps.
With the Badu sample.
With the Badu sample and then Kendrick on here and
yeah, this was work right here.
Goosebumps.
I was out there blooding like a minstrel with a backwood clenched between my dentals. Way back when we was outside with the
and it's like this is a screw version, but so even like going through the album, it's joints with Future. I don't listen to Future. I'm not a Future fan. I was rocking out to that.
Yeah.
You know, the Kanye song on here is tough. You know, like Kanye came off on this joint. So it was just like, and it was 2 discs. You know what I'm saying? So to me, the first disc was more like for everybody. Mm-hmm. I mean, had some radio hits on there.
Yeah.
But still uncompromising. And then the second disc was more West Coast, like Blood Crip type stuff.
Yeah.
But documentary 2, definitely. I will put it right up there with like Doctor's Advocate and the documentary with Game. And you could shuffle them any way you want. I'm not even saying that that's the third or that's the best one. Yeah. But they all kind of are all together to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That was a good release. I enjoyed that album too. That one actually went, and I knew he was going to wind up releasing them as an actual double CD, like together, because he released them like individually, and I went and I got it because there was more than enough. I think he can condense it to 1 disc,
right? But
there still is a lot of good. Like I know why you like it so much because I was like. It's definitely his best album since Doctor's Advocate. Like, I like the Jesus piece a little bit, but this is definitely like, his best since Doctor's Advocate. I agree with you.
I mean, I haven't gotten this excited about an album, and I maybe since the Cormega joint we just were talking about, which came out, I think, like 13.
That was 14.
14? Yeah. But this is on a different level because Game is an actual artist that can penetrate the mainstream and get a Grammy and go platinum and all that stuff. Like Cormega's kind of just for us, you know what I'm saying? But Game is that major artist that can break through at any time he really wants. I mean, it's kind of amazing how he still is like relevant. In my opinion, when he's been doing crappy music for the last 5-6 years. But you know what though? He's always a lyricist, so he can always rhyme. I guess I question just his selection of singles and stuff on albums.
Yeah.